Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about giants in Norse mythology. Frost giants are one of the most common enemies of the gods. They appear in many Norse myths, where they are depicted as incredibly strong and aggressive towards the Aesir and Vanir. In some myths, they are more rational than others. But as a whole, they embody chaos, destruction of human society, and nature's unpredictability. In this video, we'll take a look at the characteristics of giants in Norse mythology, who they are, what their role is in Norse mythology, why they're always fighting with the gods, and lastly, how they all came into existence. Before we dive in, please make sure to like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of our uploads. Now let's begin. Fire giants. Fire giants are also known as the enemies of gods. Many myths revolve around the epic battles between gods and these giants. These giants were very powerful, so much so that it took the strength of multiple gods to defeat them. In some instances, it was impossible to defeat them, and the gods simply ran away from battle. These giants often represent destructive forces of nature, such as storms and volcanic eruptions. Their immense power threatened the order established by the gods, making them dangerous adversaries. And if they weren't defeated, they would cause total destruction. One example is the fire giant Surtur, who plays a significant role in the prophecy of Ragnarok. He is destined to fight against the god Heimdall at Ragnarok. Their battle will result in the death of both of them, marking the end of the world. Another famous fire giant is Loki's half-brother, Beliast. He was killed by Thor during the events of the Thrymsku-Vega myth, where Loki tricked Thor into marrying the giantess Thrym. By Thor's might, the earth shook when he struck the giant. Even though they are incredibly strong, the fire giants have no match for Thor, who uses his hammer to defeat them. Primordial beings. Unlike the gods, who are born from the interaction between the void and the primeval forces of nature, giants existed before the creation of the cosmos. They were created before gods, and were present when Ymir, the primordial land of ice and mist, was thrown into the void. This means that giants are older than the gods and have been around since the dawn of time. Because of this, giants play an important part in Norse mythology. They were there when the 9 worlds were created, and some myths even suggest that they helped shape the universe as we know it today. Giants and the duality of fire and ice. In Norse mythology, there is a constant struggle between the forces of chaos and order. The duality of giants reflects this tension as they embody both destructive and creative aspects of nature. The frost giants, with their icy powers, represent the destructive force of winter and the harsh conditions of the north. On the other hand, the fire giants embody the destructive potential of fire and volcanoes. This opposition mirrors the conflict between the giants and the gods. The Aesir and Vanir strive to bring order to the cosmos, while the giants, with their chaotic nature, threaten to plunge the 9 worlds into primordial chaos once again. Shapeshifters. Although not all giants possess shapeshifting abilities, some do. Giants can change their appearance at will, which allows them to interact with the gods and humans in cunning and unexpected ways. One example is the giantess Angerboda, the mother of Loki's children. She was able to take on various forms, which made her a formidable opponent. When she was banished from Asgard, along with Loki, she gave birth to monsters and returned to Asgard to wreak havoc. Another example is the giant Jalp, who was able to transform himself into an eagle or a falcon. This ability allowed him to spy on the gods and eventually led to him being tricked by Loki. Despite their imposing size and strength, giants in Norse mythology display a capacity for cunning and deception. Their ability to shapeshift adds a layer of complexity to their interactions with the gods and mortals, showcasing their intelligence and adaptability. Conflict between giants and gods. We mentioned earlier, giants are primordial beings who existed before the gods. They were there when the cosmos was formed and have been around since the dawn of time. This means that giants are older than the gods and have been around since the dawn of time. Because of this, giants play an important part in Norse mythology. They were there when the 9 worlds were created, and some myths even suggest that they helped shape the universe as we know it today. The presence of giants serves as a constant reminder of the fragility of the order established by the gods. The giants, with their immense strength and connection to the raw forces of nature, symbolize the ever-present threat of chaos. This tension between the two forces creates a dynamic and ever-shifting balance that shapes the events of Norse mythology. The constant struggle between the two forces creates a compelling narrative tension throughout the myths. It's a never-ending battle between good and evil, light and dark, and it keeps us on the edge of our seats wondering who will come out on top in the end. So that's it for now. What did you think? If you liked it, please leave a comment below. We really appreciate your feedback. Also, if you haven't already, please make sure to like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Thank you for watching.